Hey YouTube, hey guys, how you doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. Today guys, this is a good one. We have sort of an exclusive first look at the new map, Breeze. Now, with this video, I'm not going to be playing with other people. This is going to be an overview of the map. I'm going to be showcasing the map, showing you all of the details inside and out, going over each area, showing what you can and can't do, as well as going over the spawns and, the barriers and all that kind of stuff. So this is like a map guide, kind of. Later today, on stream, twitch.tv/Dragonmar, I'm going to be playing live with other people on the map. Of course, I'll be posting that gameplay to YouTube as well. But if you want to see me play live, you can definitely check that out. With that being said, though, let's jump into the map overview. Alright guys, so let's start off on the defender side. Now, I want to show you, so first of all, this is the spawn right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the map. Alright, so this is your chance to take a look at the map. As you can see, when we talk about lanes, we're looking at pretty clearly here about, this is maybe one lane. I wouldn't really call this two, but this, if you want to call that connector two. You've got kind of, as you can see, mid here. It looks like there is another lane here in mid, and then in the actual mid, so this is kind of like alt mid. This is what I would call alt mid. In this hallway area, a hall it says, and then by mid pillar, like this big open area, you got another lane. That here elbow, kind of like banana. I would call that a lane, and then maybe another lane right here in front of B site into B main. You're looking at maybe 5 lanes. So this is a very, this map is going to play differently, I think, than what a lot of us are used to, just because of how many lanes there are. You're going to really have to spread out your resources and your players. So that was the quick sort of actual in-game map overview. Now I want to check out all the barriers. All right, so I'm going to stop flying around now. Oh, will you look at that? The new Forsaken skin. Pretty cool. All right, so let's go check some stuff out here. So immediately we're hit with a barrier here now. It looks like my barriers are actually struggling to stay with me, so they still are. This is so annoying, but there is a barrier right here. We'll just do it like this. This is fine. So you can't like push forward into this sort of middle hall area. And then if we come over here to A, as you can see, there's kind of like a little catwalk area up there. We've got a door here. We got another barrier here. So again, stopping you from pushing down into mid. As you can see, mid is pretty cut off, so no one's gonna be able to get here too early. Everyone kind of is going to take mid at the same time, which is great. We don't want people having an advantage. And then this is an interesting barrier. You'd expect it to be maybe here at this doorway, but it's actually back more. So I think this has to do with timing. I'm assuming they want players to like be able to get to this corner here and come up to here before someone can just quickly sneak past them, right? Because that would be pretty bad. So another barrier there. And let's take a quick flight. Once again, guys, this map is beautiful, by the way. I mean, this looks amazing. Such a nice change of pace from something like Icebox, but let's head over here. So we already saw this is blocked off. You come over here. This is called the mid nest. Again, blocked off. You can't actually get into it. I'm actually trying. I can't get into it right now. And I'll just fly through because I'm a cheater. And again, can't get into mid. Gives you a good look at mid, though. You can kind of see everything. Wow, this is going to be really interesting to fight at. And then coming over to B site. And once again, this is more what I was expecting on the other site. But as you can see, the barrier is right across here. You can't get through. And then there is sort of like B window into B main there. So that is what things look like from the defender side. Let's swap over to attack and see what the barriers are like. All right, guys, starting on the attacker side. Look at this beach. Oh, my gosh. All right, anyways. Sorry, I've been inside a lot recently. Okay, so we're on attack here. And let me get ghost on. As you can see, still everything looking great. Let's check out these barriers though. So we can't get into this window, right? So this is going to be interesting, and I hope you guys understand why. So essentially, B main and B site has vision of this window, which means attackers are going to have to fight for control of this. They'll probably use a flash to be able to take it and to hold. So you're going to have to be really careful. I'm sure a lot of operators are going to hold that, so just be careful. Then moving up here into sort of this elbow area, which connects over into B main, which then goes into B. Can't get up these stairs fully. I'm assuming if a smoke drops here, you might expect a push from B main here, and you might end up having some fights here as well. So this could be a really interesting spot as well, because it's not like people are going to be coming this way, right? Because if you look where the closest one is, that's pretty far away. Technically, this B main one is actually the closest barrier. So you're most likely going to be fighting that way, which is awesome. Let's make our way over here into mid. And again, just like, the counterpart on defense, you can't really get into mid at all, right? You're pretty far back. It looks like you can safely get to pillar and maybe even part of, you know, over here as well, mid stack. But just like from the defenders, they're really only get to here, you know, maybe here or something, right? So you're not going to get anything too crazy, I don't think. However, you know, maybe when I play later, I'll have a different opinion. But right now, these are my thoughts. This is what I'm kind of... Remember, this is like a first look, right? We're just taking a look at everything, see what it looks like. Okay, so we've got this rope here, which I think is pretty interesting because essentially what's happening is we can't go up this pre-round, right? So we have to come up this a little bit late. And now this doorway is underneath, right? So I was just doing this. This doorway is underneath, but if you make noise up the rope, they're going to be able to hear you. Right, they can't see you, obviously, they're down below, but they are going to be able to hear. This is interesting, right, because you can't really get a setup going. You're going to have to come up, and you're going to fight the people who are coming through the other side. So this is an interesting spot here. I'm very curious to see how it plays. Very narrow, so it could favor oppers as well, who are just going to hold angles there with it. It's so tight to pass through. Now, finally, we've got the A kind of push spots. We've got shop, which is an interesting name for it, but I'm assuming there's a shop in there. And we have cave, big old cave here. Nothing too crazy. This is really holding you back from pushing into A, as it should. But I will say, some of these are pretty close together. So I think there's going to be some very early fights and some very early deaths on this map. All right, guys, I want to start up the actual look at the entire map. Let's take a look at everything here, starting from the attacker's spawn. Let's move over into B window. So like I was saying, you're going to come in late here, so you're really going to have to pay attention. Another thing I want to mention is these site ranges are crazy. You know, back there to the complete back of B site is 64 meters. So Phantom users are going to very much enjoy, you know, dealing 124 damage to people with a headshot from this range. Vandal Gang, rise up, by the way. Oh, crap. Hold on, 0 to 50 meters. Okay, we'll have to see what the damage is looking like from some of these spots, but these are some very far sight lines. Moving forward, we got boxes here, which is good. Obviously means when you jump out a window, you're probably going to jump to the left here to play off of these. Right here, we're getting through one of the defensive barriers and making our way into sight. So sight kind of has this gigantic pillar in the middle, which is interesting because it's rounded, so I wonder how flashes are going to interact with it. Might be a little different than what we're used to on some walls, but maybe not. Maybe it'll be pretty simple and straightforward. Moving around the site, you kind of got like these almost like castle wall features, you know, right? Like with the low and the towers, which is pretty interesting. So this is probably going to be a very common spot to play behind. When you are defending B site, you probably want to play back here and over here as well, just for some great cover and to hold angles from afar without exposing yourself to too many sight lines. Obviously, plant spot is just a gigantic square, which is very nice, very straightforward. And yeah, B site is looking pretty straightforward. We've essentially got one entrance here from the attackers, and then potentially one from mid if they want to split. So if the attackers want to split into B site, they're gonna have to take control of this area here as well. They're gonna have to come through like this, come up into B, and, you know, worry about all of this getting in their way, all of mid nest area and all of that. So that's not going to be an easy task, I don't think. But let's move back now into spawn, and let's check out what the mid push is going to look like here. Actually, let's quickly check this push here. Just like I was saying, this was the sort of, if you're going to split into B, right, I don't think sending everyone through B main is going to be smart, just because it is kind of a confined space. So you'll have to send them up through this area here, which on the map is called B elbow. Then it brings them up here in the mid. So that's what that's going to look like. Let's head back. Let's take a look here. So we're in spawn. We want to rush mid, right? Rush mid, no stop. We're going to come through. Got kind of like this nice looking shop up there. Don't think we can access that. And we will safely make it to this area here, which is called mid pillar. Okay, so we can safely get here. Now, the problem is as we've already seen when I was going over the barriers, you have this A hall area, this gigantic hallway. So you're gonna have to be careful about underneath it, which is these double doors here, where you could potentially be pushed. So my guess is that the first fight you're gonna take is right here, and you're gonna start fighting people like this. Now, if this is clear, then of course we can start taking mid. What's interesting here, what's important to note, is you can't easily get up here, right? Like if you have your friends fighting up here, you can't easily get up. So this is going to be actually a little bit more difficult to take. These guys are very much alone until you get all the way up here, which is just super exposed. What's good though a lot of half boxes. So this is where people are going to have to learn how to utilize distance to create headshot angles. You don't want to be standing up on these like this. You want to be back here like this, fighting like this, and taking, you know, some pretty cheap shots if I'm being honest. But hey, it is what it is. And then we've already obviously seen B. This is the B connector here. Let's move this way and let's kind of talk about A now. So moving into A, actually let's go over this this hallway here, because I think this is interesting. So like you saw, we can't get on the rope, but we can once round starts. We get up the rope and we're immediately probably going to fight people. Now this is actually really cool. This is a chute. Check this out. How cool is that? That's awesome. Anyways, let me get back up here. Okay, that's I think that's a little gimmick on this map, you know, like breakable doors and zip lines and stuff. I think it's that. So moving forward here, as you can see, you're not gonna be able to really see anything. No windows yet, but then we do get to the door here. We'll just open this door. That's not breakable. I don't think that looks like some pretty sturdy metal, and we have a great overview of a site. So this is going to be a problem for defenders, and I'm going to tell you why. You've got one entrance, two entrance, three, and if the attackers can take control of this area here, I think that's going to be really, really bad for the defenders here, because this is a tough spot to be in. Because where are you going to play? Are you back there? Are you here? I mean, the split's going to be really tough there. Like I'm saying, no windows though so far in here, and yeah, no windows at all. So that's that. Looking at this area here, pretty interesting. I think this is going to be really important. I feel like for A hits, I would not recommend people just run through main here. I think you're going to want to split it with mid and up there, sort of in that like this A tunnel. Now coming into A site, we got an orb over here as well. Got this cool looking shop. I mean, there's some lore in there. We're gonna come out. And we're immediately greeted by these like two pyramid things. Now the weird thing about this site, water. So this is gonna make it very apparent if someone is in sight, because sight can only be these areas. Now let's check the plant spots. You can't plant up here. It looks like you're very much limited to only planting in the water. So that's what we're looking at here. We got some weird elevation changes as well, which may throw some people off in some gunfights. Over here, you've got a nice little corner to hide in. I'm assuming a lot of people will spend a lot of time here. You're also blocked off from this doorway, which is really nice. So this spot is going to look pretty nice, I think, for defense, and for also, depending on how, you know, retakes go, maybe even for retakes as well. But then, like we were talking about, we've got double doors here leading into mid. I'm assuming that's going to be a pretty important spot, and you're going to have a lot of early aggression there. We've got a rope here, so this is kind of nice. This could lead to some outplays here early. If you're fighting down low, you quickly go up. Don't make noise, obviously. Get up here, take a new angle, take a fight, and you're probably gonna get some kills that way as well. So that's what it's looking like from an attacker's side. To me, it looks like mid pressure and mid splits are going to be what wins these rounds, with some probably deep smokes, and then yeah, splitting into sites. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for our Breeze map overview. Now, obviously, this map is brand new, and I have yet to play against other players. That will happen in roughly 2 hours from when I'm recording this at 1 p.m. Eastern, live on twitch.tv/Dragonmar. I'll be playing other people. So if you guys are interested, when this video goes live, I will be playing other people. I'll be playing Omen, and I'm probably going to dominate, okay? I'm being honest. So I want to hold back from getting too much in-depth with this. I am planning on making lineup videos, map guide as well, probably both defense and attack, and maybe even a map guide just for Omen on this map as well, as I have some plans for some Omen guides. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I hope to see you on the live stream. Hopefully you found it useful, but definitely stay tuned for more videos on Breeze, as I will actually be able to play the map, and we'll see if maybe these kind of predictions and early impressions that I'm giving right now actually line up with how the map plays. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, and peace.